Hi, I'm Randy MacLean, the president of Waypoint Analytics, and I have Jeanne Hurlbert here from Hurlbert Consulting Group. Jeanne's out visiting us today to talk about some of the topics surrounding her customer service, her concierge-level customer service initiatives that she's launching in a number of our client accounts. There's been a couple of interesting discussions back and forth, and we've shot a series of videos already this morning, some of which you may have seen. And one of the things that you were asking about was the finance side of this, or the
That's right.
The numbers side of this.
That's right, because when we first started talking about this, one of the things that kind of held me back, I was like, well, how are you going to convince people to spend the money on this? Because it's a great idea, but it's not cheap.
Right.
And what you taught me very quickly was this is a money-making proposition. So why don't you explain a little bit about why that works?
Yeah, that's certainly true. And in fact, what we were talking about was that in every business they have a whale curve, and anybody that's seen me in any of the videos or strategy sessions, we're always talking to our clients about the whale curve and how the business is made up of money-making accounts and money-losing accounts, and it's the balance of those things that controls the bottom line.
And what determines if you're a money-making account or money-losing account is really the relationship between gross profit and cost to serve, right?
Oh yes, that's exactly right, because you're generating gross profit dollars, and with every sale comes a cost envelope. And there's certain things you have to do to make the sale, and if they use more of your infrastructure or have a higher cost than the gross profit, they're underwater. That's an account that by definition needs to be reformed or rejected, because you can't have too many of those, or you just simply can't make money, or worse. The flip side is at the very top, at the very far end of the whale curve, you have the accounts that buy large chunks of product on very low logistical costs, and you make extraordinary profits on those customers, and those are the targets of the customer service. When you think about, we were talking about retention, account retention, and account penetration, and if the one thing you want to do as a business, you want to make sure nobody takes away your biggest profit generators. So the customer service concept was all about how do you defend these accounts? How do you make sure that people don't take them away? Especially when you're going to aggressively go and try and take the same accounts away from your competition.
Right.
And so what are you going to have that keeps them, and what are they not going to have that is going to make them undefended? And the concierge level customer service was one of the key elements of that. So
it becomes a huge retention tool.
It is the retention tool. If you don't defend against people poaching your top accounts, while you're busy poaching them, you're just basically in the same dogfight everybody's been in since Adam and Eve. What we're talking about right now is being able to do a better job so you can outclass your competition. And so part of that strategy that our clients are embarking on for the second half of the decade helps them move substantially ahead of their competition in a way that the competition can't keep up. And so in terms of, you'd said, it costs a pretty penny or something, you said, for the concierge customer service, and I don't think it costs at all. I think it pays, because what you're really doing is you're investing a certain amount of the extraordinary profits that you get from your best accounts in order to get more best accounts and to make sure you don't lose any best accounts. And that's money well spent. That's more important than spending money on advertising. It's more important than spending money on other things that companies do.
So there's a net gain in profit.
Yeah. The idea is that you have to protect and defend the best part of your business, and then you have to grow the best part of your business. The only way to get profit growth is to add more of these accounts. And there's another more subtle element to this whole discussion, and that is at the other end of the whale curve, where you have the accounts that are chronic money losers but have high gross profit production. Those need to be converted or into money-making accounts. You have to work with them, and you have to do many of the same activities you use for the penetration that you talk about with the high-end accounts on those other high-volume accounts. And what that does is brings the gross profit envelope up, so it is then above the cost to serve. And so again, the money that you're spending to develop the concierge customer level service, the concierge level customer service, is instrumental in converting some of those high velocity accounts into money makers. And so in terms of saving your best accounts, getting more best accounts, and getting rid of some of your worst accounts by making them best accounts, there's three opportunities to add high levels of profitable gross profit into your business. And so that investment seems to me to be a no-brainer. It's a tiny fraction of what you get back that you would put in.
And that's really the bottom line, right? So what you're saying is that the increase in gross profit far exceeds the investment you make in the concierge customer service.
Yeah, the increase in bottom line profitability, because it's a mix of increase in gross profit and reduction in cost to serve in the cases of the accounts that you're reforming. And so it makes mathematical sense. And as a business, if I'm going to put some number of dollars into an advertising program to try and get me some new customers, I'd be a lot better served by putting that same number of dollars instead into retaining the best accounts, getting more best accounts, and converting the accounts I have into high profit accounts. It's going to be much, much more productive. You get much, much more return on it. And it's a more sophisticated approach because you're not just sort of blasting stuff out into the ether, hoping that somebody good is going to show up as a result of it. You're actually focused in on working on actual accounts that are actually generating money, that will actually make a difference to your bottom line. And so the money is much, much more targeted. And then the other thing is your reputation goes up. So out in the marketplace, there's more opportunities that come your way because of word-of-mouth referrals and the things you can feed back into the advertising and marketing that you do coming out of this program. And so
you're going to get conversion benefits.
You will, yeah, exactly. And it's just a more sophisticated approach. And the market, if anything, is getting more sophisticated by the day.
Yes.
Each year that goes by, companies are using more technology, more insights. There are, thousands of business books written about how to have a servant's heart, how to be better for your customer, how to make a better customer experience. And really, if you boil all of those things down, all that wisdom down, it comes right down into the kinds of things that you've been working with our clients. And that is generating that concierge level customer service as an element that isn't just, we're better at taking orders. It's it's so far beyond that, and it doesn't even do it justice to even mention it. So that's what we're seeing, and we see it in the numbers. It's something that literally pays rather than costs.
That's awesome. So it's, in the end, it's just simple math.
It is simple math. It comes right down to the math. You can see it working. You can see exactly what it does. And it passes the common sense test as well. So
that's great.
That's always a benefit.
Well, I'm really glad that you taught me that, and I'm sure they're glad you taught them that as well.
Yeah. Well, thank you very much for looking in on us as we're having some of these discussions. I really hope that some of the things that we've been talking about in these and other videos are helpful for you. I hope that you'll be able to take some of it, put it into practice. And of course, you can always call either one of us if you have questions or you'd like to know more.
Absolutely.
We'd be happy to share what we know and help you move forward. And maybe we can find a way to give you something beneficial in your company you don't already have. So, Jeanne, thank you very much for spending some time with me today. And
appreciate it.
I'm looking forward to doing it again in the next videos. And I hope that you'll join us in the next videos as well.